Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of SITV. Today Michael and I will walk you through the Lazio versus Inter match at Stadio Olimpico. Before we get started, don't forget to leave a comment down below, let us know what your thoughts are about the match, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. After the first two wins in the bag, this is Inter's third match of the season and second big match against a big club in Serie A. Michael, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Hi mate, yeah, the first half was good. I feel like there were some positives and negatives to take away from it. First of all, on the negative side, I mean, our vulnerability down the left-hand side was pretty clear for everybody. Lazzari's pace, he was just beating Perisic every single time, and it was leaving Bastoni in a vulnerable state where he didn't know whether to go towards Lazzari or come and cover inside the box, and it just left him loads of time to cross. And there were good crosses as well, which Lazio really probably should have capitalised on, but they haven't, and it was actually pretty decent defending from us as well. So positives and negatives to take away from that, but really shouldn't be getting in that position in first place, so I'm a bit disappointed with that. Other than that, going forward, the positives to take from were mainly Barella, Lukaku, Lautaro, even Perisic to an extent as well, because he did create that goal for Lautaro, which he took really, really well. It felt like nearly every single attack going forward was from Lukaku, where he was just holding up the ball. His physicality is so valuable, and yeah, he was really, really good holding up the ball. Radu couldn't handle him, came off injured. It looks like Bastos was hobbling at the end of the first half as well. He might not make the full 90. He's just dominating every single player he comes up against. So yeah, it looks like that's a key play going forward, that he basically every ball's going towards him and he creates the space, lets the players run in, and then he passes it on as well. So yeah, positive to take forward from that.
Thank you, Michael, for sharing your thoughts about the first half. In second half, you expect Inter to really push for that second goal, seeing Barolo's lining up in the left centre-back position. Really should have taken advantage and put overloaded on that side. However, you saw Lazio showing more intent going forward, really showed their quality and tied the game up from a Milinkovic-Savic header. Brilliantly placed. Poor defending, however, on Inter's part. Bastoni and Perez is losing Milinkovic-Savic inside the box, which is really a crucial mistake from Inter defenses. Andanovic as well didn't do enough, in my opinion, to close the gap between himself and the goalpost. Poor positioning from him as well. Right after that, Immobile got sent off for slapping Vidal. VAR caught that. Rightful decision by the referee, in my opinion. However, Conte bringing on offensive substitutions in that situations, taking off Gagliardini, Vidal, and Perisic in that situation, bringing on Alexis Sanchez, Stefano Sensi, and Ashley Young, but nothing going for Inter through the middle of the park. Being a man down, Lazio really clamped down on defense, really didn't let anything through from the middle of the pitch, making it tough, forcing Inter to go out wide and cross the ball in. And in that situation, really, you become very one-dimensional, and Inter weren't able to score that goal in that situation, which is, considering the depth we have in this team right now, really should have done better through the middle and look for that go-ahead goal in that second half. Referee, shocking decision as well right at the end of the second half. Straight red card for Stefano Sensi for standing out of bounds, trying to create some space to get a throw in. He shoves the defender a little bit. Yellow card at worst, in my opinion. If anything, not a straight red at all. Really changed the game towards the dying seconds of the game, which could have gone in either direction. And at the end of the game, really both teams walk away from it being disappointed, scoring opportunities left on the table for both teams. 1-1 at the end at the Olimpico. For me, the top of the match has to be Lautaro Martinez. He was fantastic in the first half. Really, his movement inside the penalty box was brilliant. The fact that Lukaku was smothered by Lazio defenses, not giving him any space because of his physical nature, but that created a ton of space for Lautaro Martinez to exploit, and he did just that, scoring a brilliant go-ahead goal in the first half. My man of the match is Lautaro Martinez.
My flop for today, I had quite a few choices. Either it was going to be Perisic in his general play, could be the referee for the decisions for really both red cards. Immobile's was really quite, probably more of a clear red card than what Sensi's was, but that just might be my impartiality. And And also just Inter's general approach to the match. They were quite naive, thinking they could walk through it like what they did with Cagliari and not Cagliari, Benevento, and even to an extent Fiorentina as well. But obviously Lazio are a much tougher opponent, and they are quite more solid defensively, if like not usually like known for that sort of thing. But yeah, I feel like Inter just felt like they could walk all over them when really it wasn't that case at all, and Lazio really did pressure Inter quite a lot, and you could say that the goal was coming, especially at the start of the second half. Inter were really slow to start off with, so I think basically all three is probably my flop. Perisic was really poor, especially defending wise. He just didn't track back at all, and then when he did, he was not really very useful. And the goal for Milinkovic-Savic, it could be placed down to either Bastoni or Perisic. Perisic was the man closest to him, but also Handanovic as well. He really should have covered his near post a bit better. So yeah, I feel like all those decisions, really, all those events made up into what I would say was wrong with the match. So obviously that needs looked at going forward, especially if you're going to play Perisic, you need to make sure he tracks back. Otherwise, it's just leaving our left centre back completely exposed, and it's not good. As Lazio showed today, the cross came from their left hand side, but obviously it came over to the opposite side of the pitch, and Milinkovic-Savic basically just had to tap it in with his head. So yeah, some stuff to work on, but we've still got a point out of it. It's not great, but it's not bad either. The refereeing decision really needs looked at though.